Who comes to the edge of the world seeking a story?
You do.
You, the traveler searching not just for sights, but for soul, for a narrative etched into the land itself, far from the crowded southern coast.
And why here?
Because you've heard whispers of a place called Sauðárkrókur, a name that translates to Sheep River Hook. It's a name that promises a story, a place designed to catch you, to hold you, and to connect you to the true, untamed heart of Northern Iceland. Imagine a vast, sweeping fjord, Skagafjörður, its steely gray waters cradled by ancient, glacier-carved mountains. Nestled on its western shore, you'll see it, a cluster of civilization clinging bravely to the coastline, a vibrant testament to human resilience. This is the largest town in the Northwest, a beacon of life against a backdrop of raw, elemental power. Today, Sauðárkrókur hums with a quiet, confident energy, its population growing and its economy surprisingly diverse. It's the region's vital center for commerce, a place where the deep traditions of fishing and dairy farming meet the modern pulse of engineering and design. This town is not a relic, it is alive and forging its future. Look closer and you'll see the lifeblood of the community at work, from the fishing boats returning with their catch to the light industry that supports families. This is a place built on practicality and hard work, where the bounty of the land and sea is transformed into Iceland's essential food supply. But to understand its present, you must journey deep into its past. Let's rewind 1,000 years, to the age of settlement, when Viking longships first sliced through these icy waters. The land you stand on was claimed not once, but twice, in a dramatic clash of wills between Norsemen. Feel the weight of that history under your feet. This ground was a prize from the very beginning. First came Sæmundur from the Scottish Hebrides, marking his territory, only to have a rival named Skagafjörður cunningly steal this very patch of coast. It was a classic Viking saga in miniature, a dispute over a piece of land that held a strategic, yet hidden, potential. They saw something special here, even if they couldn't yet tame it. But here is the twist in our tale, the mystery that defines Sauðárkrókur's very existence. After that initial Viking squabble, this coveted land lay empty and unsettled for nearly a millennium. For 1,000 years, it was a ghost of a promise, a place claimed but unoccupied, waiting for its true story to begin.
Why?
The answer lies in the fjord itself. The west coast of Skagafjörður offered no safe haven, no natural harbor to protect ships from the Arctic's fury. The sea was a treacherous host, and the land, for all its beauty, was impractical for the seafaring merchants of the age. Trade flourished elsewhere, on the fjord's eastern coast at bustling posts like Hofsøs, which held the Danish crown's monopoly. For those living on this western side, the market was a world away, separated by an obstacle more formidable than the open sea. It was a barrier of churning, glacial water. The river Hrafn was a liquid beast, a notoriously dangerous crossing that claimed many lives. The people here were isolated, gazing across the fjord at the commerce they desperately needed, their journey to it fraught with peril. The demand for a new, accessible market began to smolder like an ember in the cold. This simmering need sparked acts of defiance, as daring privateers would illegally sail to this very shore. In the mists, they conducted shadowy transactions from their ships, a risky gamble that proved a simple, undeniable truth. This place was needed. It was the natural center, waiting to be born. Finally, in 1856, the authorities relented, and Sauðárkrókur was declared a permitted trading post. It was a monumental shift, a key turning in the lock of history. The era of ghost ships and illegal trade was over. A new chapter was about to be written. And who would be the one to write the first sentence? In 1871, a blacksmith named Árni Árnason arrived with his family, his hammer, and his forge. He wasn't a Viking chieftain or a wealthy merchant, but a craftsman with a vision to serve the growing farming community. Árni did more than just shoe horses and mend tools. He and his wife Sigur offered drinks and a roof for the night. This small act of hospitality blossomed, earning him the affectionate nickname Árni the Innkeeper, and laying the first true foundation stone of the town. His home was the first heartbeat of a new settlement. 2 years later, a second heartbeat joined the first when the merchant Erlendur Hallsson built the town's second house. From the humble setting of his own living room, he began to trade, his small shop a beacon of commerce and convenience. These two men, a blacksmith and a shopkeeper, were the twin pillars of a village in the making. Their courage was contagious, and others followed, drawn to this nascent community on the Sheep River Hook. They were drawn by the promise of opportunity, of building something new from the ground up, on land that had waited 1,000 years for them. The empty shore began to fill with homes, with families, and with dreams. By the turn of the 20th century, the transformation was nothing short of miraculous. From two pioneering families, a community of 400 souls had bloomed against the odds. The quiet shore was now a bustling, fully formed village, a testament to the power of persistence. This was the climax of their story, the moment the dream became real. A hospital rose to heal the sick, a school opened to educate the young, and a church spire reached for the sky, giving the town a physical and spiritual center. Sauðárkrókur had finally, definitively, arrived. And today, you can feel the echoes of that triumph in the very air you breathe. The town's mild subarctic climate is a part of its character, a cool, crisp embrace that shapes daily life. The average temperature hovers around 3 degrees Celsius, a constant reminder of your northerly latitude. In winter, the land is hushed, with average lows dipping to -5 degrees, painting the world in starkly beautiful monochrome. The wind, a constant companion from the north and south, sweeps through the streets, but it's a familiar presence, not a punishing one. It's the breath of the North Atlantic. Even the rain and snow fall with a certain rhythm, a fairly even distribution that makes spring and early summer feel like a gentle awakening. This is a climate that doesn't batter, but rather tempers, forging a hardy and appreciative spirit in its people. It's a land of subtle shifts and profound beauty. And it is a land of mythic light. Just north of here, a natural hot pool mentioned in the ancient Grettis saga invites you to soak in geothermally heated waters. As you relax, you're literally bathing in a story, connecting with the same landscapes the saga heroes once roamed. Come in summer, and you will witness the magic of the midnight sun, a phenomenon that defies belief. For several days around the solstice, the sun refuses to set, hovering on the horizon in a state of perpetual, golden twilight. Time itself seems to bend here, under a sky that never darkens. This ethereal glow is due to atmospheric refraction, a scientific wonder that feels like pure magic. The world is bathed in a soft, dreamlike light, inviting you to wander the shore at 2 a.m. as if it were late afternoon. It's an experience that will forever alter your perception of day and night. Conversely, the winter solstice brings the deep poetry of the polar night, with just over 3 hours of daylight. This isn't a time of darkness, but one of intimacy and coziness, when the town glows with warm lights against the deep blue of the sky. It is a time for quiet reflection and community warmth. You can see that community spirit on full display at the Sauðárkrókur Stadium, home of the local sports club, UMF Tindastól. Here, residents gather to cheer on their teams, their collective pride a powerful force against the vastness of the surrounding landscape. It is the modern-day heart of the town. Getting here is part of the adventure, a journey through landscapes that feel both ancient and immediate. While the local airport serves private flights, most travelers arrive from Akureyri, a stunning drive of about 120 kilometers. The road itself is a destination, winding through valleys and along the fjord. Or you can make the epic journey from Reykjavik, a 300-kilometer drive that transitions from the country's bustling capital to the profound tranquility of the north. Each kilometer shed reveals more of Iceland's raw beauty, preparing you for the unique character of your destination. This is not a rushed journey, it is a pilgrimage. As you walk the streets of Sauðárkrókur, you are walking through layers of time. You're tracing the steps of the blacksmith Arni, the merchant or lender, and the defiant sailors who saw potential in this forbidden shore. The town is a living museum of its own incredible story. This isn't just a town, it's a narrative of resilience. It's a story of how a place ignored for 1,000 years could, in just a few decades, become a thriving hub through sheer willpower and community spirit. That determined energy is still palpable today. So now you understand the name, the Sheep River Hook. It's more than just a geographic marker. It's a metaphor for a place that catches the determined, the pioneers, the dreamers, and holds them fast. It is a place that now invites you. Come and feel the wind that sailors once battled, walk the shore where merchants once traded from their living rooms, and watch the midnight sun paint the sky above a town built on impossible dreams. Come and let Sauðárkrókur catch you. Let it hook into your memory, not just as a beautiful town in Northern Iceland, but as a place where you felt the powerful, enduring pulse of a saga. Stand on the shore, look out at the fjord, and listen. You can almost hear the blacksmith's hammer and the distant echo of a Viking horn. This is Sauðárkrókur, a story that is still being written, and you are now a part of it.